episode, man.
Yep, we're doing it. That's bad.
What?
Because I cut to us and then I've got opinions on stuff.
Hey, man, what's going on? I'm Ray, and I've got opinions on things as well, man. Episode 32, man.
You know it.
32. You haven't killed me yet, bro.
You haven't killed me yet.
Oh, it's beautiful. We're going to keep this thing rocking and rolling, man. Welcome to the show, man. Welcome to Plausible Foolishness, man. We got opinions on things. We got a lot of things to talk about today. We're pre-recording this one tonight in the middle of, on a Sunday night, which is a lot of fun. This is a different time for us to meet and stuff like that. Because next time you see me, I'll be in Mexico. I'll be in Mexico on Wednesday, man. You're going to be okay with me being gone that long?
It's going to be rough. I'm going to be...
So I'll be
going to need my dose of chocolate.
You miss your brown bear, bro.
Oh, yeah.
You miss your brown bear. So, yeah, man, we're going to go to Mexico here for the week, taking the girls, taking the wife, going with the in-laws to Mexico, and we're going to do it up, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. Dude.
But don't you hate Mexicans?
No, I love Mexicans. Because I love Mexican food. I love Mexican culture. I just, there's...
But you want the wall to be built, so you automatically hate.
I do want the wall from the very sake that, I believe in the sanctity of, I believe in national sovereignty. But I'm a weird guy. I just believe that nations should be nations.
That was a dog whistle to all white supremacists.
Dog whistle. We're dog whistling. The white supremacist, the brown guy, the half brown guy is. We're dog whistling. Dog whistling. That's what we throw our way.
Okay.
Yeah. Gaslighting. We learned that phrase today too.
Man. Yeah, that's a fun phrase.
Gaslighting. We just get people to not think about what was the.
It was you basically make through psychological means you make a person question their own sanity.
Oh, exactly. I do that every day, man. I make gaslight myself. Is that weird?
No, I think that's actually probably pretty smart. You should always question your own sanity.
That's true, man. That's true. All right, man. So hey,
I think it's the insane that don't ever question their own sanity, right?
That's true. Very true, man. Very true. Man, that was profound.
I try.
We should write that one down. We should have like a profound board where we write the profound stuff down so people know how profound we are.
That sounds pretty arrogant.
It is completely.
Call it arrogance. But...
So if you're viewing the lighting right now that's on YouTube, it's beautiful because of you guys, because of the Patreons, man. We're so thankful for you guys. Continue to support us, man. We love that about you guys. The fact that you see this logo in the top corner right here, that looks so beautiful. That's from the Patreons and from people sponsoring us, guys. We appreciate
because I designed it.
And dude, you have the knowledge, bro. You're the brains of the operation, man. I don't even know what I bring to the game. I'm not even pretty enough to bring the face, so I'm just...
you bring that personality.
The personality?
Yeah, because I'm just me.
Stone-faced killer, bro. No, you're good. But yeah, man, so keep supporting us, guys. Keep following us on Facebook, Instagram, all that fun stuff.
Where can they do that?
They can find us on Instagram. We had a lot of upsearch on Instagram. We have Facebook. We have Twitter. We're on YouTube. But the number one place you can follow us, guys, if you can't send us any money, make sure that you check us out on YouTube. That's the big one. If you like us, share, and subscribe on YouTube, we can keep bringing you awesome content every single day, and we'll go from there, man. So we had to call a special Sunday night special, man. We have a Sunday night special, man. Because I'm having an epiphany, man. We had a great talk last week. I really loved last week what we got into. We kind of decoded what anti-whiteness means and anti-male means. It's basically a dog whistle, as you will, for... literally hating Western culture. And I think the only way you can really destroy Western culture is to deconstruct it. And the easiest way to deconstruct Western culture is to come after a pretty important institution in Western culture, which would be, and this is going to sound crazy, and it's not sexist, but I think men are pretty important in that equation. Wouldn't you think? Wouldn't you say? Would you say men are important to Western society?
I think men are important to the world.
Yeah,
at
100%.
large.
And when I say this, and here's the problem for all the massive feminists out there, when I say that it's okay to be a man, it doesn't mean that I hate women. It's like
Doesn't mean that when we say that men are important, that women aren't somehow important.
It's weird. It's not binary like that. Okay,
Yeah.
it means that we acknowledge
It's not a
that men are okay.
zero-sum game.
Yeah,
if
it's
men
weird.
are important, then women just must not be.
It's
That's ridiculous.
Let's think about it. When blacks say it's okay to be black, it doesn't mean that they hate whites necessarily. But the weird thing is when you say that you like being white. Oh shoot, we're dog whistling again. It's bad and racist or whatever. But the point is, at the end of the day, if we acknowledge men, that men are a vital role, a vital part of society about what we're trying to do to make society better, it doesn't mean we minimize women or try to minimize the importance of women or who they are and so on and so forth. And the reason why this got brought up today, the reason why I'm a little irritated is, have you noticed the media lately, the news cycle lately? It's very...
because you were saying that.
Yeah.
You were saying that men are important, they have a vital role.
Yeah.
But then, I'm like, but that doesn't fly with what, Democratic Senator Mazie Hirono said.
Oh, man.
And, I mean, I just heard about her yesterday, but she's an amazing woman.
She's amazing, of course. Was she amazing?
Well, yeah, I mean, did you hear the speech that she gave?
I unfortunately did.
Oh, my gosh, it was so awesome. She's she says, guess who's perpetuating all these kinds of actions? It's the men in this country. I just want to say to the men in this country, just shut up and step up. Do the right thing for a change. Oh, gosh, it was so cool.
Wait a minute, she did, so...
Oh, wait a second, no, that
Wait, that's weird.
I just read that again. And
it doesn't sound very cool, man.
No, that wasn't cool at all.
So this is in light of the Kavanaugh hearings that are going on right now, which literally a week and a half ago, Kavanaugh was pretty much a layup to become the Supreme Court Justice. At the 11th hour...
I mean, after, repeated attempts by the Democratic senators on that committee to come up with something and repeated failures to...
come up with something to stop him.
Yeah.
And the other reason they're trying to stop him is because Trump picked him, which is weird because he's been an amazing judge up until this point. 11th hour, Hail Mary, Mother of Grace. All of a sudden, there was a sexual abuse allegation, okay, that happened last year, right? Was it last year?
No.
How many years ago was it?
Like 36, I think.
36 years ago. So
was that?
Yeah. So allegedly, this doctor comes out of the woodworks and says on the 11th hour that Judge Kavanaugh sexually assaulted her. Okay.
When he was 16, and she was also.
When they were both minors.
Yeah, they were both minors.
And would be a misdemeanor, but that's not saying here nor there. Not minimizing this. And keep in mind,
and I was watching something. If he did get convicted, those records would be sealed anyway. So. Yeah.
There you go. And long story short, so
because we believe that, minors, crimes committed when you're a minor there should be some kind of redemption available for people, so that the rest of their life isn't ruined.
Yeah, you think after 36 years somebody would change? You think so? You think people change? I mean, are you the same person you were when you were 17?
Yes.
You are?
No.
Same exact person? Now, as we say this, as you buffoons out there that are listening to us and saying, oh my goodness, you don't believe rape victims, blah, blah, blah. If you've listened to the show for 5 seconds, you know my background. And then on top of this, if you want our street cred, we are the fathers of daughters. We don't have sons at all. At all. So as we say this, we are coming from a very logical situation where, at the end of the day, if these accusations are actually correct, obviously we want to bring those to light. However, it's been 36 years, and it's ironic that it's coming up now. And then on top of that, there is a thing called due process at the end of the day. I think people should have due process. And because of this, obviously political, like this, the whole point of this is political.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, is that we don't know whether or not it happened.
We're
not here saying, no, there's no way that he did it. We don't even know the guy.
No, I have no clue who Kavanaugh is, other than this thing.
We do know that she is not credible.
Yeah, man.
There's no credibility to what she's saying.
The stories changed. Then she said she wouldn't testify. Then she said, I'll testify on Monday if certain demands are made. Okay? I think the first one is he has to defend himself. Like, he has to present his case before she does or something like that, which does not happen in a court of law whatsoever. Then I think she pushed it to Thursday now. And now her story has changed completely. It's kind of crazy. So, Have you heard the old expression, if it looks like a duck, walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, swims like a duck, flies like a duck, it's probably a duck.
Must be a rapist?
Must be a rapist. Yeah. Sorry, that's the that's the feminist version. You get the zinger of the day for that one. That was good, right? But at the end of the day, if it looks like a duck, walks like a duck, talks like a duck, probably is a duck. Just saying. If it looks fishy and it looks like it's out of left field, probably didn't happen. I'm not going to say definitively because I don't know the hearts of people or I don't know what's going on. But these are the facts that I do know. It happened 36 years ago. And if it was that traumatic, bad, or evil, somebody would have said something about something. Or should have. And when people are like, well, you don't understand the victim. Trust me, look at any of the 32 episodes of Plausible Foolishness. My laundry's out there when it comes to that topic. If you need some street cred, look that up for me. But at the end of the day, like, it's interesting to me that in light of this very fishy, very, very weak allegation towards Kavanaugh, that this Hawaii senator has the cojones to say that all men, not some, men in this country, in the greatest, freest nation of all time, need to, number one, shut up, and then two, do the right thing. Because we don't do the right thing in this country. At all, apparently.
No.
So, Matt, I've come up with a list, okay? Throughout the show today, I really want to, for the feminists out there who have been taught since day one, and you go to the massively liberal universities, that all they're going to tell you is that men are evil, and men are this, and they appropriated land that wasn't theirs, and they came and harmed the very peace-loving Native Americans that were here before because they never warred or didn't scalp each other or didn't do anything bad before. It was those evil white men that came through, or that, the country that literally ended slavery in blood is evil, and all this crap that they're going to pump your way. What's lost in the minutia of this whole situation is the actual achievements of men. So can I give you a couple real quick before we keep going? So here's, from the senator of Hawaii, here's a couple of things that, because men never do the right thing, right? Here's a couple things when men did the right thing. The creation of vaccines. Did a woman do that?
Nope, that was Jonas Salk, right?
No, that's weird.
Polio vaccine.
The polio vaccine.
Oh, so that was... Yeah, Jonas Salk did the polio vaccine, but the first vaccine was the smallpox vaccine.
Now, I'm a conspiracy theorist, okay? I'm yeah.
Oh, man, I forgot.
It's okay. We'll do the research. We'll dive deep into this.
I got Jonas Salk.
But here's the deal. I thought you said Jonah Hex for a second. I got a little DC on you. All right, but here's the deal. At the end of the day, despite my conspiracy theory brethren out there that would say that vaccines were controlled, a control to kill everybody and blah, 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 it's ironic that those same vaccines saved so many lives, men and women, which is hilarious, because polio wasn't a uniquely male disease, right?
No.
Women? Oh, that's weird.
No.
So the creation of vaccines, were those done to do the right thing or the wrong thing?
Well, it saved lives.
Huh.
But
which that doesn't count for the Democrats. They don't like saving lives. They like killing babies.
Because then you got overpopulation.
Yeah.
Because of it.
You got to kill people, so that doesn't count as doing the right thing, as saving actual lives.
No, but to us, yes, that was the right thing.
Yeah, to us. So us crazy, sexist, straight males here, we think it's a good thing that vaccines were created to, preserve lives.
And women's lives.
Yeah, crazy. And women. That's so crazy. Achievement, too, of doing the right thing. The creation of flight. Do you think that was doing the right thing, or was that harmful?
Well, it brought the world closer.
Oh, that's weird.
It provided long distance travel at a reasonable cost for
So would
much
the
of the
senator from
population.
Hawaii been able to get to DC without flight? Would that...
No, we wouldn't even know Hawaii exists.
Well, we would. I mean, Cook explored it, but... I mean, yeah. I mean,
Would we, though? Would we?
Now,
Would we?
one might argue that the creation of flight was doing the right thing, advancing society, advancing transportation to help people out. One might say that is a good thing or a right thing for a man to do.
I think so.
So it's a good thing that the Wright brothers didn't shut up. Or in Brazil, they claim that they invented flight first, or the guy in Brazil who created flight in Brazil. At the end of the day, I've got tons of fun facts like this. I'm a conspiracy nut. But, at the end of the day...
We know.
We know. All right. Here's another one. Crazy idea. The domestication of fire. Do you think that helped at all? Think that was a good thing or a bad thing? Oh, we got dogs at the set. We got dogs at the set, man. They're coming for you, bro. They're coming for you right now, man. Matt.
I know. I'm petrified.
Domestication of fire. Do you think that's a good thing?
Domestication of dogs.
The domestication of dogs. I saw Year One. I saw it. No, I'm just kidding. I did not see that crappy movie. But do you think that's a positive thing? Do you think warm food is a good thing?
Yes, definitely. Again, saving lives.
Oh, weird. But like getting rid of the disease.
Preventing disease.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Do you think like warmth is like? Do you think it's saved lives at all? You know what I mean? Like warm water.
Yeah. Well, we've been able to expand into climates that would otherwise be inhospitable.
That's weird. Crazy. It's like people that live in Canada.
Yeah.
Oh,
how would they do that without fire?
That's crazy. Maybe we should go back and not invite that, so then Trudeau wouldn't exist. Oh, and then, I'm just kidding. Sorry, Canadians, I love these. But my point is this: like, fire's probably a good thing. Doing the right thing, stepping up and doing the right thing. One last one. I've got about 20 of these. So, but this is going to be a crazy one. The creation of electronic devices. Do you think at all that is doing the right thing whatsoever? I know badly we want to hold on to oil lamps and stuff like that, and not air conditioning. We live in Florida. There's no way we would live here without a little bit of air conditioning, right?
Oh gosh, no! It's brutal down here without air conditioning.
The creation of electronics.
Device. Well, I mean, seeing as how this show wouldn't exist without electronic devices,
or any show.
Yeah.
Any show.
Valid point.
Dawson's Creek. What are things that women watch nowadays? I'm just kidding. I'm being sexist right now. Being so sexist, man. I'm so sorry. Gilmore Girls. Sorry, I had to pick on my mom. My mom loves Gilmore Girls.
My wife loves Gilmore Girls too.
They all do, man. But what would have happened? We wouldn't know the stories.
I don't understand it either. I can't stand the way they talk.
Oh,
nobody talks like that. It's like you can't even have a real moment because they're like so witty.
Oh, I know.
Oh God, I just want to shut up.
Spoiler alert: there aren't that many people that are that. Sorry, did I say that out loud? Was that sexist? I said people. I didn't say
you
just
did
women.
Say people, yeah.
I said people. I prefaced it.
You were talking. Maybe I was the sexist one.
It's okay. It's okay, though. I just jumped on your fire. I just threw, some gas on your fire. Gasoline. Did a woman come up with that?
I honestly don't know, but
cultivating it.
I'm gonna say probably not.
Probably. So here's my thing. At the end of the day,
not because they couldn't, but because they just didn't.
Yeah, and here I got to do one more. Okay, the defense of the very country that allows you to speak that way. Even though you're categorically wrong, Miss Senator, this is a country that allows you to say your dumb thoughts freely.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think she could do that in Saudi Arabia? Ethiopia? Uganda? Even Russia?
I mean, Saudi Arabia. The WWE, back to wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
Wrestled a show in Saudi Arabia.
No
a very big, well-publicized show. No women wrestlers.
That's weird.
Not allowed. Not allowed to wrestle.
Not allowed to entertain. Not at all.
Yeah.
That's weird. And we're the bad guys. Men need to shut up and do the right things. Especially the men of this country.
Yeah.
The men of this country. That allows women to be freer than anywhere else. Where else? What country is freer for women? That's what I'm curious about. Like, literally, what country is freer than the United States when it comes to women? That is coming from a son of a woman, from a brother to a sister, that is the father of 3 girls. At the end of the day, question: what country can women, be freer than this country? And to use the Kavanaugh event to say things like that, pretty hilarious to me. I don't know. What do you think? Right now, Matt is currently looking up the inventor of gasoline. I don't see a woman on there. That's kind of weird. It's interesting.
Well, there's 4 engines.
4 engines, gotcha.
All of them created by men.
Oh, that's weird. Fact checking, man. We got a fact check on this show, man. That's what it's all about. I like it. But think about that. I'm just curious. Like, all the modern inventions, society, all the major achievements, typically, not all, but typically are from men. And those modern achievements can be seen as the right thing. Because here's the problem. Anybody can say, oh, yeah, well, if it wasn't for men, the Native Americans and this and that. At the end of the day, we live longer now than we've lived historically any time. Other than the Bible. Other than Bible times. But think about that. Because of modern medicine, you can see the entire world because of men. You can talk freely and openly in this country because of men. Because no offense, I don't see women getting out to set up a battalion to go defend our country. No offense, I don't see that happening. And the thing is this, they've lifted, good old Obama lifted like, women can enter freely now in, like, any of the armed services.
Yeah,
and only, one woman is attempted Navy SEALs training and didn't make it.
Yeah.
So, at the end of the day, I hate to quote Stefan Molyneux on the show, but at the end of the day, like, oh man, I can't believe I'm going to say this. Should I go there? Should I just go there? Exactly what do women know about modern warfare? Defending a country? Defense in general. I'm not talking about, like, Mama Bear, like, you know, I know every movie out there is about, like, the mom defending her kids and, like, killing what's the new one, Peppermint, that's out right now. Like, his mom goes out and kills 20 people and blah, 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 blah.
Which is fun, which is a fine movie.
That's fine.
You know? Like,
but it's fantasy.
Well, yeah.
Do you think Atomic Blonde actually could happen?
No. Not that way.
Like, I love the Scarlet Witch. Is the Scarlet Witch, is that her name? It's a great idea. Romanoff, is that her name?
No, Black Widow.
Black Widow, sorry about that. Scarlet Witch. Why is it Scarlet Witch? I'm thinking of whatever. But Romanoff, it's a great idea. But let's get real, man. Come on, dude. Come on. We know how this plays out. If war goes down, are old women going out to fight our wars? Who's maintaining peace? Now there are women diplomats. There's great women that are running political parties. The president of Croatia, she does a really good job. I follow her on Instagram, man. She's really good. She's good at what she does, right? There are women that do a great job. Someone left would argue Angela Merkel.
And there's been some incredible women in the past, like Annie Oakley was, you know, like an incredible shot.
I saw a thing with there's an Israeli sniper. She had like 50 kills to her name or something like that. Like, there are exceptions to the rule. Don't get me wrong. There are definitely exceptions. Trust me.
And
I played Final Fantasy 13. Lightning was awesome. Trust me, okay?
Well, that's the thing is that, like, you know, this denigration of men is also being coupled with this, like, cry for, you know, we need strong female role models. And anytime that there's a movie, it's like, oh my god, finally. And then, but if you, like, and then you sit here in our seat and you go, what the heck are you talking about? I can list for you movie after movie after movie after movie.
Yes.
Book after book after book. Comic book after comic book after comic book with strong female role models.
Tons of them.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Why is this new one, you know, finally, it's like, you know, like you've been starved this whole time.
What's the Wakanda
And you know
freak
what?
out?
I watch it all.
I know.
And I enjoy it.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's a fun fantasy. And
it's
some
fun.
of it based on reality.
Yeah.
And still, you know, we're just being, it's, the problem is we're being propagandized.
Yeah.
Constantly.
Yeah.
Men are terrible.
Yep.
Men are inferior.
Yep.
Women are awesome. There aren't enough voices telling us that.
Or not, of course not.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
It's the exact opposite.
100%.
Except for, you know, women are awesome.
Women.
It's women. The narrative is just completely different. Women are awesome. Men are awesome.
They were created differently.
Ooh.
Different. Did I just say it? But at the end of the day, like, I mean, no offense. I mean, I get it. There's like the Amazon woman. There's the whatever. But here's the deal, man. Like, at the end of the day, like, who's keeping society together? Actually keeping it together. You take away all the men from all of our armed forces right now, does America look like it looks like now?
No.
If men didn't do the right thing, no offense to the senator from Hawaii, but she would be speaking German right now. Sorry. Hitler takes over. Hitler wins. Or Russian. Cold War. If men aren't doing the right thing, which is this is your premise, that men don't do the right thing, none of this would exist. None of it would exist. None of it would. But you're going to sit there and say that all men are bad, all men are evil, based on an allegation that's not even substantiated. You've used this as a platform to ramp up and say that men are evil and men start everything and men blah 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 blah. But then
and really just as a shameless political ploy.
Yeah.
You know, to get your name out there,
Yeah.
A, because nobody had ever heard of you.
Yeah, she's on the rocket. Hawaii's a little far away from here, from civilization.
And then B, you know, shill for this woman who's making up, who is just not credible.
No.
Let me put it that way.
Looks like a duck, talks like a duck, walks like a duck.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing is,
and let me read for you how she goes on.
Oh, geez.
Before that, fun fact: gasoline wasn't actually invented. It's a byproduct of producing kerosene.
Interesting. Funny.
You learn something new. It's not
Now-
just our opinion.
Now you know.
It's knowledge.
You
So
remember those?
she goes on. Yeah, oh yeah. I think I did that like a few episodes ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's, you know, it's the same stuff.
Yeah.
Not only do women like Dr. Ford, who bravely comes forward, need to be heard, but they need to be believed.
Okay.
We cannot continue the victimization and the smearing of someone like Dr. Ford. And it's like, why is she defending this woman?
Yeah.
She's got nothing except a story from 36 years ago.
In a house that she doesn't really know, or that she doesn't really. Yeah, I mean that's.
Shit, why are you going to bat for this woman like this? Oh yeah, politics. Okay, and then she goes on. We have to create an environment where women can come forward and be heard and be listened to. We have that environment.
We do.
It's called your local police station.
Well, we do on the right, and we do that in civilization. They don't have that on the left because Keith Ellison has an accuser right now, and no one's talking about that whatsoever. That's weird. She might be right because in her world, because the left worldview is that women can't come forward because they clearly can't come forward because if they did, then Bill Clinton wouldn't be president. Then Keith Ellison, would be in trouble.
They can't come forward against against the left.
Yeah, of course.
But they can't come forward against anybody else.
Yes, 100%.
Like there is an environment where women can come forward. It's called the police station, and we encourage you to do so.
It's predominantly males,
so that we can gather evidence and put these criminals behind bars, and we can have this discussion to eliminate them from the human population.
Yeah, it's weird. Like there's good men in the police force, even though they Black Lives Matter wants you to believe that they're all evil. But there are good men in the police force, men, predominantly males, that are enforcing these laws and protecting those same people. So, and you hinted to it earlier, there's a massive surge to try to denigrate men. I mean, just to destroy maleness. And at the end of the day, it's because, and here it is, you rubes are smarter than we are, but think about this. The attack on males is the attack on Western civilization. It is what it is. If you're attacking men and saying all men are evil, but then ignoring, okay, another fun fact, sorry, I've got to bring them all up here. Capitalism. That's produced more wealth than any other time in human history.
The theory as espoused by one man named Adam Smith.
Oh, that's weird.
The Wealth of Nations.
There's a little thing called the Bill of Rights, the Constitution. I mean, the founding of the United States of America was by men.
Now, some might argue, well, that was because they wouldn't allow women to participate in politics.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure. But then they made the Bill of Rights, which was for men and women. No patriarchy, sorry. Still looking for that patriarchy.
Here's okay, get this. This is a perfect one.
Okay.
That I want to add to your list.
Add to my list.
A thing where men did the right thing. Giving women the vote.
No.
Because women couldn't vote on it.
That's
so
weird.
men had to vote on it. And they voted them in.
That's weird. That's crazy. Huh. Didn't those same men, die for the freedom of slaves, too?
Yeah, ending slavery.
The same men, voted on the Republican side, not the blue side, by the way. This is before the magic switch that the Democrats always talk about.
Yeah.
But the Republicans voted for civil rights as well. Now, these crazy men in these countries that never do the right thing, that historically keep doing the right thing, ironically. It's weird. They just historically keep, and they keep getting beat up for it. And that's the thing that's funny is, this is the creation. This is why MGTOW exists, men going their own way. This is why Red Pill exists. And I'm not a Red Pillar. Well, I am a Red Pillar. I'm a little bit of a Red Pillar because I used to be a Democrat. Now I'm a Republican. It's weird. I'm shifting sides all the time. No loyalty. I'm just kidding. But at the end of the day, like, you have these moments where you start seeing why.
You're not a men's rights activist.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, because...
But, I mean, I think that there's some points that they have that are valid.
They do. And the funny thing is, like, the idea that men don't do the right thing is absolutely asinine. When you look at how much influence and how much protection and how much innovation and how much creation happens from the male side of what's going on. And again, I say that not to denigrate women.
Yeah.
But here's
why can't we just live in a society where we both go out and kick butt? Whatever we want to do.
We would unify then. We'd be unified.
God,
and then Western society would be... We have to deconstruct the whiteness and the maleness. What did Anne Hathaway say last episode?
Yeah, my wife was just listening to earlier, and I got to hear how she said it, and it was... It was
better.
Well, it was
she
very...
was taken out of context, right?
No, it was very professorial.
Professorial? Oh,
yeah,
my gosh.
And, she's educating us.
She's teaching us.
Yeah, she's teaching us.
Catwoman's teaching us now.
How, straight, or gayness doesn't orbit around straightness, and transgender doesn't orbit around cisgender, and all of the races don't orbit around whiteness.
Yeah.
And she was right about one of those three things.
Yeah.
All races do not orbit around whiteness.
They don't.
But
white doesn't even make a majority of what's going on.
Yeah, the whites are the minority
in the world
for the
stage.
most part.
It's weird.
For the most part, a minority.
Yeah. Crazy how that works.
On the world stage, yeah. But sorry, gayness and transgender are just they're such a small percentage of the population.
Well, the issue,
it's going to orbit around it.
Yeah,
it's going to.
Well, the issue to me is
it's nonsense to think otherwise.
Who cares?
Well,
like, who cares?
Yeah.
Like who cares? Like not that you don't care about people.
Yeah.
But it's like, who cares? Like, at the end of the day, like, here's the libertarian coming out of me. Like, at the end of the day, I know what the truth is. I know where my faith stands. I know where God sits on that issue. And if you look and read the Bible for 3 seconds, you'll see that too. But at the end of the day, like, who cares? I don't care. I don't care what they're doing in San Francisco. You know, I don't care. It does not affect what's going on. But
they need representation in everything.
But here's the thing. What's wrong with a story about a normal dude and a normal chick living a normal life, having babies, getting married, getting married and then having babies?
Because what about this minute percentage of the population that doesn't have that same experience?
Then make the gay movies. What's wrong with that? I mean, what was the popular one this year? Was the pedophile one with the teacher and the young boy and stuff like that? Oh, you gotta look that one up. It's great. They're slowly trying to get pedophilia into culture now.
Oh yeah.
But at the end of the day, like, sorry, it's true. But like at the end of the day, like, listen. If your idea is gonna win out, it'll win out in the court of public opinion. It'll eventually win out. It's just how it works. You know what I mean? But just leave stuff alone. What's wrong? Like, what is like? For you to come into the world being a homosexual person, it took a man and a woman to do that. There's nothing wrong with that idea or that concept. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm whatever, man. We got Planes and Dogs on episode 32, bro. Planes and Dogs, man. The Rubes will get it, man. Once they sponsor us on Patreon, once they sponsor us, we'll get our own studio. We'll soundproof the walls, and you won't even hear anything anyways, bro.
Yep.
You feel me?
Yep.
But
I feel you.
But what? Here's the deal, and here's the other thing that drives me nuts, and we talked about it earlier in the show. The denigration of men in the sense that every straight male is a complete buffoon. Why is that? Why are every dad represented as Homer Simpson, Peter Griffin, what's another buffoon dad that's out there that's popular?
Let's see.
I would have used Stan's dad from South Park, but that's because I'm a South Park guy, so.
Well, I like South Park.
I love South Park.
But
Stan's dad's bad.
Yeah, but I mean, South Park at least hits everybody, like you said.
Yeah, they hit everybody.
So, you know.
Yeah. I mean, like even, I hate to say this, but Friends. I love the show Friends. Are you a Friends guy?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Chandler is the buffoon of the marriage. Monica's got it together, even though, you know, whatever. Chandler's the buffoon.
Chandler's the child who needs mommy to not only take care of their kids, but also take care of his life. Because he can't handle anything.
Can't do it. Cannot handle life without wife. And don't get me wrong, my wife keeps me straight on a lot of things. She handles
Sure,
a
of
lot
course.
of things.
But that's a partnership.
Wow,
you
partnership.
both, you come together and you
You mean
do
like
that
you-
for each other.
You mean like life partners, like that?
I mean, yes.
Sorry, I had to throw the LGBT. I had to represent the LGBT community, okay?
Yes.
Because they're not represented enough. They're not whatsoever.
yeah.
All 3% of them are not represented enough, man. But yeah, I mean, that's the crazy thing that's going on with this. Like, this is what I see going on in life. Is I'm seeing more and more and more as their attack on males, and this is where.
Oh, okay, well, yeah, dude, it's not just there; it's
Yeah.
everywhere. I'm reading to my daughters
Oh,
a
geez,
Berenstein Bears book.
the freaking Bernstein Bears.
A Berenstein Bears book.
Bernstein Bears.
I read that when I was a child.
Yeah.
Okay? And probably when the story was made, it wasn't such a common occurrence, the buffoon dad.
Yeah.
You know? But Papa Bear, you know, the Cubs are going out for a scouting trip.
Yeah.
Papa Bear inserts himself into the scouting trip. Apparently he wasn't even supposed to be there.
Yeah.
And then he starts just making a buffoon of himself. I know what to do, and then it's exactly the wrong thing to do. I'm going to make this delicious stew. Oh, it's disgusting. You know?
Yeah.
Just constantly. And it's like, okay, well, that's the last time I'm reading that to my child.
Because they're just creating the dads are idiots.
Yeah.
Dads are
and it's
idiots,
not just, and it's not just, I mean, and it's not just dads. But more often than not, it is dad.
Well,
But like, okay, I'm watching Big Bang Theory, much to my chagrin, the other night. You know, and so you got these got these four, you know, guys who are supposedly super smart.
book smart. I'm just gonna say book smart, but yeah,
Yeah, they're book smart, and the jokes surrounding, oh god, they're just so painful to me. I don't know how anybody finds this funny. Because science is awesome.
Science.
If it's a joke about science, I relate to that.
NASA.
But it's still not funny. It's
No.
still not funny. I relate to science. I enjoy science quite a bit.
Yeah.
It's still not funny.
No.
It's not funny stuff.
No.
Anyway, I'm sorry if you like
But Sheldon.
Big Bang. If you like Big Bang Theory, I'm
But Sheldon.
sorry. We can still be friends. I promise you. But anyway, they bring on another character, and he is a strapping young man.
Whoa, whoa.
He's built,
Built.
he's big, and
Jacked.
guess what?
What?
He's a complete moron.
Of course. Of
He's
course.
a complete moron. But you know what? He looks great in that Superman suit, so they bring him along for their Comic Con
Comic-Con, oh my gosh.
contest, you know, their cosplay contest.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Well, I think it's funny the tropes that we put on men that, because even that's a good example.
Mhm.
Okay.
like he's an actually masculine
Yeah.
male, and so he's an idiot. They're like, at least in physicality, effeminate males,
Yeah.
and they're intelligent and, you know,
Of course.
on their game. Of course, you know, they're, you know, part of the humor is that their awkwardness with the opposite sex is, you know.
But the funny thing is they smash these
It's just-
tropes, and they're only humorous because, like, in real world, real life, that's not the... Like, here's the deal. I hate to say it. Okay, I'm a meathead. You know, you can't tell it in my gut, but I do lift some weights from time to time, okay? Every, like, good bodybuilder or strongman that I know is really smart, and they make a lot of money. I've just noticed that. It's a weird thing. And the thing that's funny is, like, all meatheads are stupid. You know what I mean? Like I'm not tooting my own horn, but I have a master's degree. I'm not stupid. I'm cognitively... now, I joke on myself. I pale in the comparison of my man here, but, like, big masculine men can be smart. Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy idea. Dads can be competent. What? Can be really competent. You know, I'm joking around with my wife today. So, like, wifey went to go pick up some books and stuff like that at the store. We're going to Mexico. She's got to have a book to read and stuff like that. Awesome. So I'm in charge. I'm imparted with the children of putting the children to bed, right? Charity comes back and she's like, oh my goodness, the girls are in bed. They're like knocked out. Like, now, part of it, I get it. Like, I am not daddy domestic. I'm not. I am not the domestic dad by any means. I am a hunter-gatherer, okay? I go, kill stuff, bring home bacon. That's what I'm used to doing, okay? So this is not usually my deal. But I'm a father. I'm competent, man. If you hand me kids, they're not going to die. Like, I can guarantee you my kids are not going to stick a fork in an electrical socket and kill themselves. We're not going to have any
Well, you
knife
can't
mishaps.
guarantee because you, like, take
No,
your eyes
I
off them
can
for 1 second and they're...
guarantee it. But I got you. But you see what I mean? Like, we're competent. Dads are competent. It's crazy. CEOs of companies, as much as they complain, there's not enough women CEOs. There's a reason why there's a lot of male CEOs. Because they're not idiots. They're not. It's crazy. Like, I hate to break it to you, but, like, men are competent. We can do things. It's so crazy. And I think it's hilarious that I have to say that and preface that after the inventions that we've created, the wars we've won, the society we've built, the civilization we've created. Well, that's what blows me away.
You don't really have to... See, you don't really have to say it because we know it.
I know.
We know it to be true. But what we really should be saying, what we really should be doing is questioning. Why are we constantly getting fed this story? It's funny.
Sure.
In certain instances, you know, Big Bang Theory notwithstanding. I hate this show.
I hate most new shows are not very good.
Yeah, that's true. Sitcoms in general have been hurt. I mean,
since
like
Friends,
I mean,
think about it.
I feel like
Friends?
Seinfeld was the last great sitcom.
Yeah, Seinfeld.
I mean, Last
Friends.
Man Standing is pretty funny.
Yeah, Arrested Development.
Oh gosh, yeah. But that's not like. But that's not. That's not a real sitcom.
No, it's not.
It really isn't.
Nope.
I mean, it's a situational comedy, but it doesn't follow any. It's like here, Arrested Development. Here's the playbook for how to make a sitcom, and they went,
nope.
That's gone.
But no, I mean, here's the deal: if you feed the story long enough, people will start believing it. It literally, like, I love my daughter, but little children are easily influenced, good or bad.
Mm-hmm.
They are. I told my little girl about a story. We're watching Aquanauts. You ever seen Aquanauts before?
No.
Oh my gosh, it is terrible show, but the last song of the show is awesome. One, because it's catchy, and two, because you know the show's about to be over, so it's all good. So you're like, creature report, you're all jacked up, because as a parent, you know it's about to be over. So the show's about hermit crabs, okay? I grew up with hermit crabs, man. Okay, not crabs, hermit crabs, okay? So, here's the deal. I told my daughter the story. I was like, listen, if you see a hermit crab, don't touch its pincers. It will grab your thumb. When I was a little kid, I had hermit crabs, and I had one latch onto my thumb. Literally did not let go. My mom was rushing me to the hospital. It didn't let go until like 20 minutes after we left the house.
Wow.
So I told my daughter this, like, hey, this happened to Daddy. Don't do this yourself. Now she's 3, so what does she do with that story? Oh, Daddy, yesterday there was a hermit crab that ran into me, and he bit my thumb so bad that Mommy was trying to take me to the hospital. So she took the story, and then she's like, oh, that happened to me. No, it didn't. You know what I mean? It didn't happen to you. It happened to Daddy. Daddy got bit by the hermit crab years ago. Like 23 years ago, okay? So, but they're influenced so easy, and the problem is most of our society's like this. They're super influenced. They are. Good and bad. You sent me the meme the other day, which was hilarious, where it was Donald Trump saying, I am the president that's been in charge of the highest number year of all time, and there's a picture of Trumpsters going, yeah!
Yeah, it was funny.
Yeah! Like, I imagine South Park, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Because the masses are dumb, right or left.
Sure.
They are. There's extreme righties that I hate.
When we get into a group, it's just human nature to kind of like
The relative IQ goes
get
down.
fed by the group and like go along.
Oh, I know.
You know?
I'm going to Monday Night Football tomorrow night. Steelers and Buccaneers. First of all, I don't like either one of the teams at all. I'm a Bengals fan. Bengals hate the Steelers. But guess what? At some point, I'll probably cheer for the freaking Steelers. You know why? Because my in-laws and my wife are big Steelers fans. So they're going to be like, Steelers! Ben Roethlisberger! And I'm going to get sucked into the mindlessness.
You are not going to get sucked into it.
No.
You're going to be like... See, so,
I get sucked into the football. I enjoy
get
seeing
sucked
good football.
But you're going to be like, go Bucks! Yeah! In your face!
As I wear my Bengals shirt, I'm going to be wearing that tomorrow too. You know, and even today, I'll admit it. I will admit it. Okay, I am not a golfer. None of this is a shocker. Not a golfer at all, whatsoever. We live here in an area where there's golf course. I suck at golf. My wife's better at it. Okay, but you know what I watched for 30 minutes today? The last part of the PGA Championship, because Tiger Woods finally won a tournament. It's the first time in 5 years. Now, I don't know Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods is an idiot. Cheated on his wife, got in a bunch of accidents. Screwed up his career. He was a sex addict. It's not even a thing. You're a dude. It is what it is. Sex addiction's called being a male, which that's been demonized. Anyways, moving on. My point is, I was so pumped that Tiger was wearing that red, coming down the 18th hole, freaking hits a birdie, wins the whole tournament by 3. I'm jacked up. I'm like, yeah.
Was that for the green jacket?
Oh no. It's the last tournament of the year. So, but he hasn't won in 5 years. So, like seeing the best golfer of all time win, it's awesome. My IQ drops. I don't even think about it. I don't think about him being an idiot and all the crap he's done in his life. I just think that dude can hit a ball really well into a hole. Okay? And we all do this. And we get fed the story. Trust me, we love the stories.
You do.
But they're stories. Peppermint's not real. Unless you're some, like, Israeli special forces woman that has been trained since the age of 2 and you've put a ton of steroids in your system. You're not killing 15 guys at one time.
You know, it reminds me, so, at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Ronda Rousey, had her first match.
Yeah.
She teamed up with Kurt Angle versus Triple H and Stephanie McMahon.
Which is a great match.
It was a great match.
Great match.
Great storytelling. She looked awesome.
She did.
And she's a good wrestler.
She is.
I was really blown away, and I'm really excited that she's that good.
I'm Team Ronda.
Though they're kind of messing up the story a little bit, but whatever. That's WWE's, MO. But anyway, so there's this point where Triple H is in the ring with her. Now it's a mixed match thing, and so the men don't fight the women. When one gets tagged out,
the other one has
to come in. The other side has to switch.
Yep.
But she's just wrecked his wife, and he's just trying to
stop her,
and then she unloads on him, and in storytelling, it's great. It's great wrestling, and it's good fun.
It's great.
But there's that part of you in the back of your head, and
nah,
this ain't happening.
If Triple H
if this were real, she just wouldn't be able to. I mean,
not a chance.
I mean, there are areas to hit, of course.
Yes.
There are locks that can't that once employed, you pretty much
Yep.
The leverage is just all on your side, and you'd have to be insanely strong to break it.
Yep.
But she would have to be able to get into those locks, and one swipe from his gigantically muscled arm,
jacked. It's over.
He's like twice her size.
It's over.
It's over. I'm sorry.
But here's the deal. That's the problem with Hollywood and media. They get sucked into the fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
The fantasy is men are evil. They're the ones that do all the mass shootings. They kill everybody. But in Maryland, I don't know if you heard about the Maryland shooting. We heard about it for 3 seconds because we were sitting around hoping and praying that it was a white, straight Christian man going out to try to kill gay people. That's what they were hoping for.
Yeah.
They were praying for it.
Well,
they were
had to be conservative.
And they were praying that he was an NRA member. They were praying for it.
Oh, yeah, gosh.
They're like, please, God, let him be an NRA member so we can finally pin
an NRA employee.
Oh, please, God. The president of the NRA. We're praying for this. And the story disappeared.
Yeah.
It was up for one day,
weird.
and it disappeared.
Yeah. Now, if you go on any website, it's Kavanaugh. A second accuser.
Distract Kavanaugh.
He was a terrible person in Yale, too.
3 people died on the campus of Maryland. Normally...
So it was a Rite Aid, right?
Oh, no. What?
It was a Rite Aid, right?
Rite Aid? No. I'm not sure. I don't know.
I think it was a Rite Aid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was in a Rite Aid.
So this story would be Parkland all day long if this was a white male. It would be.
Mm-hmm.
Be all over it if he's an NRA member. But the shooter, wouldn't you know, happened to be an African-American woman.
What? Oh, I was supposed to join in with you, weren't I?
No, you're good. A woman. And not only a woman.
Woman. No, okay.
What? Woman. It was a woman. And a black woman on top of that.
What?
A black woman shot 3 people and killed them in Maryland. Now, normally, that would be national news. Guns rights. NRAs are bad people. But the story just disappeared.
Do you have the headline from that one article it was on CNN?
Oh, yeah. I'll only pull this up. CNN. They were shocked because it was a woman.
They said they had this very specific wording that is just like, it's so telling.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's not even just telling. It's like, hey, yeah, everything that you accuse us of, here you go.
Here
it's
it
true.
is. Yeah, man. Let's see. I gotta find it. I'm looking. Talk amongst yourselves. Just kidding. It's good radio, man.
Yes.
No. That's great radio. Oh, man. Where's it at? But yeah, the ironic thing, I think the point of the headline was basically this didn't fit the mold. This didn't fit what we're trying to do. Okay, why Maryland shooter's gender is so confounding. It's confounding that an African-American woman would shoot and kill 3 people. And because it's confounding, they won't report on it at all. It's not a story anymore.
Exactly.
When it wasn't a straight white male conservative killing gays in the name of the NRA, magically the story goes away. When it wasn't, a whitish kid shooting up a school, the story goes away. It's confounding.
Is, though, it's not confounding. She was a human being.
Exactly. Men and women are equally.
Well, you know what we need to do?
What?
In journalism,
What
we need to just be like, human being kills other human beings.
Oh, weird. The news about it
at
tonight.
Rite Aid in Maryland.
Yeah, but that doesn't fit the narrative. It has to be a man.
Yeah.
It's always a male. Males are the bad people. They're the ones that need to be locked up. Men need to step up and do the right thing for once. For once in this country, man. They got to invent that airplane that's going overhead right now, man. They've got to do something right. But here's the problem. It's all a narrative. That's all it is. This whole Kavanaugh thing is a narrative. That all men are evil. All men are sexual predators. All men are blah, 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 blah. Guess what? I'm assuming you haven't raped anybody recently, right? Carry the one. You got to carry the one.
Okay. No.
Okay, cool. Neither have I. So we're men of daughters. We haven't raped anybody, which is crazy. And to throw that out there, to say that all men are bad, all men are evil, all men need to step up. Go kick rocks. Go pound sand. Like literally swim back to the rock and don't say anything anymore. And it's sad because I love Hawaii. I love the Hawaiian food, the Hawaiian people. I want to steal all of your tattoos. But at the end of the day, oh sorry, that's cultural appropriation. I can't do that, man. So I finally did the DNA test.
I'm sick of that too.
I don't have Hawaiian in me, so I can't.
You don't have Samoan?
I don't have any Samoan. I have no Fijian. I can't. I have to
I'm
only
so
be in my culture.
I'm so
only
sick
my
of
culture.
cultural appropriation. It's such stupidity.
But my whole point is this, man. When are we going to wake up? It's just a narrative attack on male. That's all it is. And if you go down to the base root, I hate to say this, they're attacking men because men uphold society and culture, aka civilization. And if you deconstruct men, you will deconstruct the civilization so that they can do what they want to do ultimately, which is get rid of capitalism, get rid of Western civilization. And why do they want to do that? Why in the world would they want to destroy the freest nation of all time? Because at the end of the day, the narrative is very simple. And I hate to break it to you, this is going to be crazy. It's going to be a crazy thought. But track with me. Sinners hate God. Our Father who art in heaven. They hate that guy. And the closer that we act like him, we come up with countries like America. It is what it is. Bill of Rights Constitution, heavily influenced by Judeo-Christian values, which are established by God, who created man and woman equally but completely different. Equal in value, completely different roles. And if you destroy that tenet, that foundational principle, you can destroy the ideas of the Almighty. That's all there is to it. That's what this is. This is the conspiracy theory. Because at the end of the day, a country... a country made up by men or by Satan or by any evil power that you can think of is going to be a socialist or communist type of rule. It's going to be a tyrannical, fascist country. It is going to be oppressive. It is going to look terrible. We've done our best to take the power out of the government and put it in the people, and that's why we have a free society where everybody has an equal say. Everybody's got an equal say. Even that crazy senator from Hawaii can say what she wants to say. You know why? Because of the way that we've built the Western civilization. And that Western civilization is protected by men who God's created. To have a role. To protect. My job is to protect my wife. If there's a bump in the night, I'm not like, hey, Charity, can you go check that out, please? Think about it. You think about that.
That would be absurd.
It would be completely absurd.
And that would be what you would see in a sitcom, where with some kind of,
Because it's absurd.
Okay, well, let's take Last Man Standing.
Yep.
Okay, so he has his daughter, very strong-willed and powerful, and she's, with this dude who's, he's an activist.
Activism.
And he would be the one asking her to go check on the bump.
And that's comical because it's complete bullcrap.
Yeah.
Comedy's funny because it's ridiculous.
That is true.
That's why. Comedy's funny because it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Clubbing a baby seal is funny because... Do you think that's funny, clubbing baby seals? The idea is funny. Because it is so terrible.
Yeah.
It's a terrible thing to do.
Yeah.
But that's the whole point. That's why it's hilarious. But when you start believing the hype and the fantasy, you believe that Ronda Rousey could beat a normal dude. It's not going to happen. You believe that Peppermint's going to happen. You believe that the duck-faced girl from, what's Ben Affleck's wife? What's her name? What is that girl's name? Ben Affleck's wife. Are they still married? The girl who was Peppermint, who starred in that Peppermint movie.
Jennifer Garner.
Jennifer Gardner. You believe that she could go take down and kill all these people. You think that Charlize Theron in Atomic Blonde could go take down all the... You start believing the hype, and then you start believing that Ned Flanders and Homer Simpson and Peter Griffin are like what normal men are. Give me a break.
Dads.
Normal dads. Listen, I'm a buffoon, but guess what? I'm very competent as a father, a provider, a spiritual leader, a leader in my home. And my girls are going to be awesome. They're going to be pretty well adjusted. Unless they screwed up when they were a teenager and, stuff like that.
They also are
adults
creatures with agency, and they will make choices themselves, and there's nothing we can do to prevent those choices. We can only just try to raise them up,
I've heard of shock collars work, though. I heard you could, shock them if they... No, does that not work? No? Just kidding. It's a joke.
I think it's illegal.
But, at the end of the day, at the end of the day, this stems from let's attack Western society because it's built by men. Let's attack Western society because it's under the idea of God. And let's just attack.
Let's attack men so that we can attack Western society.
That's what it is. Weaken the men so you can take over society
because they're the defenders.
Yeah,
they're the ones who are going to defend against invasions, both foreign and domestic.
What? It's crazy. So at the end of the day, man, Matt, here's the deal, man. I appreciate you for being a man. I appreciate you for being the stand-up dude that you are, my friend.
I feel likewise.
All right. Well, hey, man, it has been an awesome episode 32, man. We really appreciate you guys for listening to our babble and our dribble. And hopefully you thought it was a little bit plausible and you heard a little bit of foolishness, but I think you enjoyed every bit of it, man. But don't let these idiots attack culture, man. Man, that's why we're standing up. That's why we do plausible foolishness, man. So our goal someday is to have a studio, man. That's what we want to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm predicting.
A space with no airplanes.
With no airplanes, no
air
dogs.
Conditioners.
No air conditioners. I mean, listen, we want to blow this thing up, and the only way that we can do that is, here's the easiest thing you can do. You know the easiest thing you can do? Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
Yes.
You know what the second tier, if you really love us, if you really, 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 really love us, okay? The second thing that you can do is go on YouTube and subscribe and like and share. If you do those things, that would be really cool. Now, if you absolutely... are infatuated with us. I mean, you can't get enough of the beards. You can't get enough of the opinions. You can't get enough of the intelligent, witty banter that happens between me and this Jew over here. What you got to do is head on Patreon. Check out our Patreon. Sorry, I love it, man. Go on Patreon and support us like a lot of the guys have been doing that have provided us the lighting, that have provided us the scene that we can do this thing. Because eventually we're going to get to a soundproof studio. It's going to blow this world away, man. It's going to be crazy. I'm excited. We're going to hang this mic. We're going to hang it like this up from the ceiling. It's going to be amazing. I'm excited. We're
going to be able to touch it and not mess up the camera.
It's going to be proper. It'll be a proper studio, and we're going to blow this thing up. We'll be able to do, daily shorts. We'll be able to do the things that we want to do. We won't have to film on a Sunday night before I disappear from Mexico for a while. We'll be able to do this up completely awesome. Shoot, we may be able to shoot on location. How baller would that be?
Yeah.
Dude, we should do a show in Iceland. Have you ever wanted to go to Iceland?
I'm down for it.
You look Viking-like. We could fit in really well there, man.
Probably.
I'm half Viking. You know that, right?
Really?
In my blood, I'm Scandinavian. I have Scandinavian in my blood, man.
That's cool.
That's because
I need to take that DNA test.
You need to, bro. It's awesome.
That would be cool.
You need to know how manly you are before they try to attack us.
Well, I know how manly I am.
All right, guys. It's been a good one tonight, man. Do not let them attack men anymore. We love women. We appreciate women. We put women on a pedestal. We do. We love you. We make movies like Atomic Blonde and Peppermint. We love you a lot, okay? We do appreciate you. We love Android 18. We love, I'm trying to think, we love all this stuff.
Yeah, we love Black Widow. We love...
Yeah, but don't do it at the expense of men. We don't do it at the expense of you. We don't put you down to elevate us. Don't do this to men. Because
real men don't, at least.
Oh, real men don't.
Of course, there's just like there's women who can go shoot up a Rite Aid, there's men who can do terrible things to women.
A black woman shot up a man on Rite Aid?
Yeah.
That's weird. We didn't hear about it in the media. Sorry, keep going.
I mean, we gotta get past this nonsense that where we take the you know, the tiny percentage and conflate it with the entire group.
Yeah.
Stop thinking in groups. Let's be individuals.
Yeah, I know. What's the analogy, man? There are such thing as white Africans. Just gonna say African, like, we get it. There are exceptions out there, but when you think of Africa, you think of Africans. It's crazy. Yeah. Don't. Yeah, I feel you on that, man. Dude, you know what? It's been a good night, bro.
I agree.
How you feeling?
I feel good.
Good, man.
Ready to go home.
Good, man. I gave him some milk, so he's all jacked up, man. So I got some coffee. All right, guys, it's been a good one. We love you guys to death. We'll see you on Wednesday from Plausible Foolishness. We love you. We're out.
Peace.